Episode 2. The Monstrous Turnabout. A Tengu and a QB.
Long, long ago, the nine-tailed fox defeated the evil Tenmataro and sealed the fallen demon away. To this day, it is said that he slumbers even still within the Forbidden Chamber.
Night, night, Alderman. Sweet dreams. At long last, the revival of Tenmataro is at hand.
You know, just like I read about in my law books. Yeah, that's not Yatagarasu. A few months prior to the courthouse bombing. I missed the appalling behavior pun. Thank you, Serp. Wait, I thought they said a few months prior. This says April. The other case was in December. So this is more than a few months prior. Guess I'm a little early. Hey, it's Trucy. Oh, hey, Apollo. Getting an early start today? Yeah, this is the first job I've had in a while, after all. Well, aren't we all fired up? We get the little Trucy bounce in full 3D. Well, it's not every day I get a call from Mr. Wright. What kind of work is it anyway? Mr. Wright didn't mention any details. Work? Is that how we put it? Don't tell me he just wants me to clean the toilet again. Well, no, I don't know how much do we know? Yeah, this is no more than a year later. She was 15, if I recall, in Apollo Justice. You've really become a fixture around here, Apollo. Come to think of it, it's been almost a year since I was hired. There we go. A lot's happened since then. But I've settled in nicely despite a few bumps in the road. My name is Apollo Justice. I've been practicing law for about a year, but I still have a lot to learn. This is the Wright Anything Agency, and it's where I work. Don't let the name fool you, it's definitely a law agency. But don't forget that this place is a talent agency too, Polly. It's the law agency part of this office that's usually forgotten. Yeah, she didn't appear till after the time skip, which was 7 or 8 years, I think. Actually, I don't know how long from the end of Justice for All, or Trials and Tribute, whatever the third game was, because at some point after that is when Phoenix lost his whatever, when he was disbarred or something. Whatever the Japanifornian equivalent is, which you can just undo. This is Trucy Wright, a budding magician, and adopted daughter of the agency's owner, Phoenix Wright. She sometimes makes me help her with magic tricks. And what's wrong with that? You're one of the agency's talents as well. I was under the impression that I was a lawyer. Oh, we'd better hurry. Doesn't look like Daddy's going to make it, so let's get going. Huh? Where are we going? What about the job you mentioned? This is the job, Polly. You're supposed to keep me company today. Now, come on. Another day of not being a lawyer. Should have seen this coming. Well, this is the Wright Anything Agency, you know. And there's no law-related work at the moment, so... Tell me again why I chose to work here? Where is Mr. Wright, anyway? Daddy said something about going to meet an acquaintance. But don't worry. Just focus on your job, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to know. Well, let's go. We don't have all day. I should probably have, like, a different voice for Apollo, because there's gonna be times when it's the two of them, Apollo and Phoenix, talking over each other at the same time. Phoenix is just my voice. I don't know what Apollo voice I could have. Another day of anything goes begins at the Wright Anything Agency. Ninetales Vale, Yokai Lane. And a demon spider! They follow me from game to game. A hell spider. Why? I thought we were done with them. What are we doing up here in the mountains? This is Ninetales Vale. Everyone's been talking about the yokai craze here in Japanifornia. Yokai? Oh, you mean Japanese monsters? Guess that explains all these weird things. Speaking of which, wasn't Ninetales Vale founded by Japanese immigrants? Yeah, they're only I know. Welcome to America. Eat your hamburgers, Apollo. I just love jelly donuts. They're holding a festival to boost tourism over at the Alderman's Manor. My friend who works there invited us. That's why we're here. And not because there's going to be a murder any second. In other words, I'm your chaperone because your dad was too busy. Daddy said that with those horns of yours, you'd make a great addition to their festival. I mean, you look just like a Japanese demon. Wasn't that so thoughtful of him, Polly? I could do without thoughtfulness like that. Oh, it's almost time. Come on, Polly, the festival grounds are this way. Alright, guess it's time to move. Guess it's time to move to the QB Manor's garden. How will I do that? Move. Alright. I thought they were actually going to, like, tutorial, like, when I need to move, I have to press the move button on my phone screen. Let's keep talking. This monster craze. Come to think of it, I think I heard about it on TV. It's supposedly how Ninetales Vale made a comeback from the brink of fiscal disaster. Our agency sure could use something positive like that. Oh, I know. Let's jump on board the monster craze. You and Daddy would be a perfect Manzai. Manzai duo. You could call yourselves Agni and Rudra, Demon Kings of Comedy? Okay. Daddy sets him up and you knock him down. Hey, I think we hit the jackpot with this idea. Sorry, but I plan on staying a lawyer. You do? You don't have to act so surprised by that. What do? And yeah, when he's like, I'm sorry, I need to take a leave of absence based on the fact that I never get to do anything lawyerish here. Trucy, have you seen my attorney's badge? How could you lose something so important? I didn't lose it, I have it. I saw it. It's right there. How could you lose something so sometimes I worry about you? This is so weird. I wonder if I... Oh, look, what are these panties doing here? I don't know. Forget about panties. I'm looking for my badge. 3, 2, 1, ta-da! Did you forget? These are my magic panties. Hey! That's my attorney's badge. Wow, how'd you do that? I set it all up while we were back at the office. This is harassment. I didn't even... Wait, you took my badge? I've had it the whole... I should have presented it to her first. Take that. Check it out. You're so lucky, Apollo. Everyone can see what you do with just a flash of your badge. What about you, Trucy? People can tell you're a magician by the way you're dressed. Yeah, but I can't always dress like this, like when I'm at school and stuff. You could always show you're a magician by making things appear or disappear. You mean, like this? 3, 2, 1, ta-da! Magic or no, aren't you a little old to be showing those things in public? Then maybe I'll become a lawyer too. You're abandoning your dream just like that? Alright. Time to move. Time to go back to the agency. QB Manor, Garden, America. Wow, this place is really something. It definitely feels like a different world here, maybe even a different country. Like, not Japan. Trucy. Oh, what? Jinxie. And this is... my friend, Jinxie Tenma. She's the one who invited us. She just happens to be the maid here. Two horns, a love of red. Are you an Oni? No, haha, I'm Apollo Justice. Nice to meet... He is a demon! What the... She sealed our powers. Akuryo Dai-san. Is that it, or is it something else? You look great, Polly. Fills in some of that space on your forehead. Rude? Ugh, what is this thing? It's a warding charm. Jinxie puts them on all the monsters she finds. But I'm not a monster. Show her... That's... I guess, yeah, that's gonna be our way out, is show her the badge. Maybe I should have told her you're a good demon. Or you could just say, I'm human. The red demon. Emissary of the underworld. I got up early to do my hair for this. Did you? Can I take this off now? So you can eat me? I'm not going to eat you. Forgive me, oh terrible one. Tone down your cords of steel, Apollo. You're scaring her out of her wits. Don't worry. I'm already full. Please stay that way. Great. Now I'm playing along, too. So I wanted to ask you about Ninetails Vale. Again. Og! Looks like you've been demonized, Polly. Literally. I'm starting to wonder if I really am a demon myself. To prove you're not the devil. Alright, here we go. Okay, please don't eat me. I have food if you're hungry. Okay. This isn't working. We won't get anything out of it till we set the record straight. If only we had some way to prove that you're not as scary as you look, Flash Flash. Ouch, and this looks like I have to present some proof. Proof that I'm 100% human. Take that. I wanted to show you this. What is it? It's my attorney's badge. You see, I'm not a demon, I'm a lawyer. Really? You're a lawyer? Maybe now she'll stop calling me a demon. Does it protect you from Enma Daio's judgment? Who's Enma Daio? I read somewhere that he's the demon lord who punishes the dead for their sins. Uh-oh. I think now she thinks you're a demon lawyer from hell, Polly. Can I go back to just being a normal demon? Please. Please don't boil me in a scalding cauldron. I prefer a Turkish bath if possible. Turkish bath? Isn't that more sauna than bath? We're struggling with the jokes again. Don't worry, Jinxie. He's a good demon. He'll save you if you ever go astray. Eek! Please, Mr. Demon Lawyer, sir, have mercy on my soul. Arg! I told you I'm not a demon, and truce back. You just leave that Enma Daio to me. Isn't that great, Jinxie? Uh-huh. I'm no longer scared to cross into the afterlife. Will someone tell these two I'm a human already? Ba-da-bum. Okay. So, Jinxie, I hear this village is the epicenter of the monster craze. It's part of the monster cinematic universe. Uh-huh. Barely anyone had heard of it before, but now it's packed with tourists. Really? So the monster craze is the reason behind today's festival? It was the alderman's idea, but I'd be careful if I were you. There are lots and lots of yokai prowling about Ninetails Vale. Prowling about? You mean like wild animals or something? Uh-huh. And they're hungry, too. Man-eating monsters, and they're all over the place? Uh-huh. In fact, there was one at the manor yesterday. I heard the doorbell ring, but when I opened it, nobody was there. It was the Ding-Dong Demon. How else could you explain it? Well, when I was a kid, my friends used to play this prank called Ding Dong Ditch. Well, that doesn't prove yokai aren't real, except it does. There's even one here at the manor. The demon Tenma Taro. He's imprisoned in the Forbidden Chamber. Tenma Taro? The Forbidden Chamber? Second floor basement. About that yokai you said was imprisoned here at the manor. Is it true? Uh-huh. He's a super evil demon named Tenma Taro. Here, take a look at this scroll. Tenma Taro's the dark demon you see here. He's super evil and super scary. So that's the yokai imprisoned in the Forbidden Chamber? Uh-huh. She says uh-huh too much. I don't like it. He was defeated by the village guardian yokai, the nine-tailed fox, and locked away forever. Here's a brochure. So you're saying Tenma Taro is still trapped inside the Forbidden Chamber? Uh-huh. But he's just biding his time until he can escape. Still, we should be perfectly safe. Because there's a really powerful sealing charm on the door keeping it shut. What a... You can keep the scroll if you want. The alderman gave me this, but just holding it gives me the chills, so... thanks, Jinxie. Maybe I'll give this to Mr. Wright. Yokai Legend Scroll added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. So, I was wondering, are those things on your forehead also warding charms, Jinxie? Yes, they're to prevent evil things from getting inside me. Phrasing. Papa told me to wear them. Evil things? Apollo, don't you dare take those charms off her forehead. They have to stay there. Forever. Got it? I wonder what would happen if I did take them off. It's time for me to get back to work. Thanks for inviting us, Jinxie. You're welcome. Oh, and before I forget, there's going to be a surprise event today. A murder. Even I don't know what to expect, but it's sure to be fun. Better not be a yokai parade. She'd probably drop dead from fright. Eek! Ah! Demon! Oh, wait. It's just someone in a suit, right? Cosplay? Tenma Taro! Tenma Taro? The demon from the Forbidden Chamber? Eek! Please don't hurt me. Be gone, be gone, be gone! Better watch out, little girl. I'll snatch you away. Charm, charm, charm. Where's that dying go to heaven charm? Oh, she put it on her own forehead this time. She sure gives up quick. Huh? Why is everyone hiding their faces? You there, you mustn't stare at Tenma Taro like that. Lower your eyes. He'll steal your soul if you're not careful. Huh? Steal my soul? Seriously? Your devilry stops here and now, Tenma Taro! What? Look, Apollo, there's somebody up on the roof. Ba-da-da-da-da! Da-da-da-da! Ah ha 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 ha! That booming laugh, could it be? My 9 golden tails are proof of my unassailable righteousness. With my band of 100 minions, I vanquish evil from the land. I am the wrestler of righteousness. What? The Golden Lord of the Yokai, the amazing Ninetails, is here. Okay. Fear not, little good boys and girls, for I shall defeat Tenma Taro. Hooray! Hooray! It's the amazing Ninetails. Up to your no-good tricks again, eh, Tenmataro? Well, not on my watch. Ah! He's dead. And you're the murderer. Guilty. There's nothing to fear now, my child. I have banished Tenmataro. You and your people can now live in peace. Thank you, Mr. Amazing Ninetales, sir. Don't you work here? Didn't you know this was going to happen? Good evening, Yahan. Trial by wrestling. Indeed. I was about to say they could make an action game, like a parody of Phoenix Wright, but they already did. They already made him a Marvel character. Marvel vs. Capcom. Now I must be off. Another match and another foe to vanquish. Await! What was that all about? Did that wrestler just chase off a yokai? Looks like he came out of the alderman. Looks like he came out of the roof. He jumped off of the roof. It's not safe. That was the Amazing Ninetales. He's a pro wrestler from right here in Ninetales Vale, but no one knows his true identity. Jinxie sure seems chipper all of a sudden. What was all that about him banishing Tenmataro? That was a yokai exorcism. It's an annual ritual where Tenmataro is released to remind us of his wickedness. In the end, the nine-tailed fox drives Tenmataro out and purifies our village. But the Amazing Ninetales did the honors this year. So that was the big surprise, huh? The Amazing Ninetales and Tenmataro, huh? Well, whatever floats your boat. Oh, would you look at the time? I better get back to work. Please excuse me. She is a strange one, all right. I think she's sweet in her own special way. Knowing Trucy, she probably has lots of friends who are sweet in their own way. What? Why is that in quotes? What are you doing? Well, we still have some time to kill. Might as well see the rest of Ninetales Vale while we're here. The fun never stops, does it? The fun never stops until somebody's stabbed in the chest and dies. I think I bought nearly every yokai souvenir that was for sale. I know, because my wallet's running on empty. What's with all the commotion over there? Huh? Hey, isn't that your friend Jinxie? I hope everything's okay. It's terrible. Calm down, Jinxie. Tell us what happened. The demon Tenmataro. He killed Alderman QB. What? Nani? Wait, killed as in dead? No, the other kind. Yes, and Tenmataro did it. Tenmataro? You stay here while I go have a look. You're an unreliable witness. Please wait. Ack! It's a Tenmataro warding charm. It should protect you, but please, be careful. The alderman's in the fox chamber at the top of the mansion staircase. Or the top of the main staircase. Okay, got it. Warding charm slipped into pocket. We know it's April 17th. You don't have to tell me again. A double murder? Oh, nope, he's fine.
Huh? Are you all right? Who are you? Help! Someone call an ambulance!
The police arrived soon after that, at which point I returned to the festival grounds. Apparently, the man impaled by the spear was already dead. But there was one other person there, and he was immediately rushed to the hospital. Thank goodness the other man's going to be fine. Sounds like he'd only been unconscious. Fortunately, he should be able to tell us everything that happened. You think Jinxie's going to be okay? I'm sure she'll be back to her old self in no time. At least she's calm enough for the police to question her for now. And I'd sure love to know what crazy animal left those feathers and tracks. Oh, look, here comes Jinxie. Hi, Trucy. Hi, Mr. Demon Lawyer. Heya, feeling any better? I was wondering if you're up to filling us in on what happened. About what happened. So, the man with the spear in his chest was already dead? Uh-huh. It was Alderman Cuby. When I found him, he was already... So the victim was the village alderman. And the one who was found alive, who was he? Daimon Tenma. Or Damien? He's the mayor of the neighboring city, Tenma Town. Is it supposed to be Damien? Or is it like Damian? I don't know. They arrested him. So, he's the killer? Ah! Oh, that's her father. Nuh-uh. Papa didn't kill anyone. Papa? As in, your father? That's right. Jinxie's dad is the mayor of Tenma Town. No way! Yes way, but he's innocent. This just got way more complicated, did it? The victim was the alderman of Ninetails Vale, and Jinxie's father, the mayor of Tenma Town, was arrested for the crime. Sounds like we have some investigating to do. I know this is difficult, Jinxie, but you need to hang in there. I know. I'll try my best. Would you mind telling me a little more about the victim? First of all, what's an alderman? So the victim was the village alderman. What can you tell me about him? His name was Rex Cuby. They say his family has ties to the legendary nine-tailed fox. He was really kind, and he always looked out for me. He was a former pro wrestler, and I even heard he knew the Amazing Ninetails. You mean he was the Amazing Ninetails? A former pro wrestler, huh? That's something to keep in mind. With your father being mayor and all, I guess you're originally from Tenma Town, huh? So then, why did you come work here? It was to overcome your fears, right, Jinxie? Uh-huh. Plus, Mama was from Ninetails Vale, though she's no longer with us. She loved these flowers. It will be relevant for the court case. I always wanted to live in Ninetails, where Ninetails flowers grew. Wow, what a beautiful petal, and with exactly 9 petals, too. Just looking at them gives me courage, even when I'm scared of yokai. Ninetails flower added to the Truth Bullet section in your handbook. Jinxie, when you first told us what happened, you said the killer was a demon. Uh-huh. The warding charm on the Forbidden Chamber's door. It's been removed. The Forbidden Chamber's door. That big door that was barred shut? There wasn't a charm on it when I checked it out, so I guess it was removed by someone. That's how Tenma Taro escaped. Ooh. Ooh. But when I try and remember what happened, it all goes fuzzy. Jinxie, you should go get some rest. You've been through a lot today. Between the warding charm being removed and the black feathers and weird tracks, I could see how a superstitious person might think a demon was the killer. Apollo, maybe this is your chance. Chance for what? To do the right thing and defend Jinxie's dad in court. It's tomorrow. Who, me? Wouldn't a man like Mayor Tenma have access to more experienced lawyers? You want to know what the detective said? They doubted there was a lawyer who could get a not guilty verdict in this one. Sounds like they're expecting an open and shut case. Don't worry, Jinxie. If anyone can prove your dad's innocence, it's Polly. What? You'll accept the case, won't you, Polly? Ooh, it's all over, isn't it? I'll be all alone. for the rest of my life. Oh, right. Jinx already lost her mother. Alright. Jinxie, leave your father's defense to me. Attaboy, Polly. You're going to help Papa, Mr. Demon Lawyer? Yep, because that's what lawyers do. Plus, no toilet cleaning for a while. Also, am I getting paid for it? No. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure your father walks away a free man, even if he's actually guilty. Thank you, Mr. Demon Lawyer. I can tell you're one of the good ones. Red demons are usually so mean. It's been a while, but I'll be fine. Ready or not, here comes justice. Guess I ought to go meet my new client. But before I forget, better jot this down in my notebook. I have a notebook? Hey, Apollo, what's the notebook for? Oh, I just thought I should jot down some stuff about the case. And so I don't misplace them, I'm putting my notes in the court record. I guess it's what you would call a to-do list, because people get lost in Phoenix Wright games during investigations. Do they? Okay. To read my notes, I just open the court record. Tap the bottom tab to switch to my notes. Oh, I almost forgot. So about Jinxie's father. No matter how scary he seems, promise me you'll resist the urge to run away. Wait, what? His angry glare can paralyze you with fear. And some claim he can even shoot laser beams from his eyes. Well, maybe Papa isn't really that scary. A paralyzing stare, laser beams from his eyes. He sounds like some kind of monster. I think it's about time I see Jinxie off. I'll head back to the office after I'm done. Okay, thanks. I'll just leave you here, even though we suspect that there is a murderer running around. Don't we? Like, if we think he's innocent, then we think that there is a murderer on the premises. I'll just leave you here. Ah, visiting hours. Perfect timing. Hope he's not as scary as he sounds. Who are you? Yikes! So you're If it was Damien, like Damien, like the devil name, or no? Where does that come from? I forget, but there's an E in it. It's like Damien. I'm gonna call him Damien anyway. So you're am I? Or I can't say Damian. That sounds too weird. So you're Damien Tenma, right? I'm Apollo Justice, attorney at law. I'm here to help. Ah! Let me out of here. Sorry, I get a little loud sometimes. How incredibly rude. Sorry, did I do something to offend you? A visitor when all others shun me like a common criminal. And here I am with nothing to offer. I am the epitome of rude. Son of... Is that... Okay. Yes. Wait, so he wasn't mad at me? Unworthy as I am, I, Damien Tenma, shall breach these walls, so that I may treat my benefactor to some tea and maybe some cookies too. No, wait, we can do tea and cookies after we prove your innocence. It should only take 3 days. How about you start by telling me what happened? I see. So tea and cookies can wait, can they? Phew, that was close. I don't need jailbreak added to the list of charges. Son of Santa. Santa Jr., that's his name. Seems like a good guy, but with a face like that, I can see why he's misunderstood. Let's start with the motive. What do the police have on you as far as a motive is concerned? Truth be told, there's been a bit of trouble between the alderman and I as of late. Oh? Was it personal in nature? Nothing like that. It's a long story. But suffice to say, I've been pushing to merge Ninetails Vale with Tenma Town. Surrender Ninetails Vale to Tenma Town, now! Yikes! That's what I told him. I'd like to tell you to stop shouting like that, but I'm too scared. So, what's the motive the police have established for the alderman's murder? Indeed. Oh, so that's... Right, I got it. Indeed it is. After all, Alderman Cuby was dead set against a municipal merger. And that's why they think you killed him. He was in your way. Ugh! Curses! Mayor Tenma, are you okay? Jinxie, forgive me. I never meant to worry you like this. It'll work out fine. Just leave it to me. If only it really were that easy. I don't even know where to start. Mayor Tenma, do you mind if I ask why you were arrested? Grr! Whoa! Sorry, I guess some things are better left unsaid. Bah. Excuse me? To think a public paragon such as I could be treated like this. This arrest should never have happened. Go on. I fear the ill effects it will have on our youth. Now I've but one choice. I must leave here at once, if only to protect the moral fiber of our youth. No, wait! You can protect the moral fiber of our youth after you've been declared not guilty. I suppose you're right. Whew. Our youth just came this close to quite a scare. My fingerprints were on the spear that killed Alderman Cuby. That's why I was arrested. Your prints were on the murder weapon? That's never good. Literally every person in the history of Phoenix Wright who has had their fingerprints on a murder weapon has been found not guilty. Remember, said, none, for I hardly remember a thing, you see. I was fast asleep at the time. Someone must have slipped me a sleeping pill or something. What's worse, somebody clobbered me on the head. I see. A drug-induced slumber and a blow to the head. No wonder you hardly remember a thing. Oh. Huh? Was that some kind of strange laugh? Well, I think we can safely assume your prints were planted while you were unconscious. Thank you for meeting with me, Mayor Tenma. Please wait. My daughter, Jinxie. Yes? She already lost her mother. And now, with me being held here, I fear she'll be terribly lonely. I hesitate to ask, but I beg you, be a friend to her in her time of need. Leave it to me. Trucy and I will look out for your daughter. I shall rest a little easier then. You remind me of some of the new friends Jinxie has been talking about. New friends? Yes. It seems she made some new friends since she started working in Ninetails Vale. They're quite the unusual bunch, too. There's a lady with an exceptionally long neck. A young lad with an incredibly long tongue, and many other interesting characters. Friends? Sounds more like a bunch of monsters to me. Now, if you would excuse me, it appears my time is up. Phew, why am I so tired? I must have been more tense than I thought. Still, I'm glad he didn't turn out to be as scary as he looks. Oh, it's Lamy Roar's, or whatever her name is. Her song from the Apollo Justice game. Justice here. Apollo, is that you? Hi, Mr. Wright. What can I do for you? Trucy told me you'd taken on a new case. Oh, that. It was kind of spur of the moment. He's actually calling me about a case. That's fine, but I have a favor to ask. Sure, what is it? I'm at the airport right now. There was someone I had to meet. A new addition to the agency, actually. Her name's Athena Sykes, and she just passed the bar. Oh, okay, right, because it's 8 months ago. That's right. I remember hearing about her coming to join us. Guess that was today. She took off as soon as I told her you needed help with the case. It was like there was no stopping her. Wait, what? Where is she now? Probably somewhere in Ninetails Vale by now. That's where that favor I mentioned comes in. I need you to go find her. But I've never even met her before. What does she look like? She'll be the girl in the yellow suit, sporting an attorney's badge. Okay, I'll find her. A new addition to the agency. Why did she pass the bar? Was she not thirsty? Hilarious. Lawyer jokes. Well, I better get back to Ninetails Vale quick. On the double, by walking. Cat's tail noodles. I missed that before. I already told you I'm a lawyer assigned to the case. I need to study the crime scene, so if you would please tell me where QB Manor is. You can't fool me. You're just some delinquent high school student playing hooky. You stupid pig-headed... This attorney's badge isn't just for show, you know. No, wait, it is. It's designed so that you can show it to people. Why won't you believe me? Don't expect me to defend you in court if you ever get arrested. Well, I'm the one who usually does the arresting, so... Say, shouldn't you be getting back to school? I already told you I'm a lawyer, not a student. That's it. Enough of your lies. You're coming with me. You can arrest people just for thinking that... Okay, fine. Get your hands off me. That's not okay. Guilty. Guilty. We... Think you can watch out for bystanders the next time you throw an officer of the law who is arresting you? Whoops! Are you okay? I think so. But that police officer's out cold! You killed him! I am so sorry. I do that when people suddenly grab me. It's like a reflex or something. Reflex? Sounds more like a felony. It does sound more like a felony than a reflex. Why are we still talking to her? You're Athena Sykes, I take it? That would be me. And you are? I'm Apollo Justice. I work at the Wright Anything Agency. The Wright Anything Agency? What a fishy-sounding name. It's a long story, but it is a law office, among other things. Didn't Mr. Wright explain it to you? Oh, right. That Wright. Then you must be... Where have you been? I've been looking all over for you. I've been throwing policemen all over just to find you. I could say the same thing to you. Well, here I am. Now how about telling me a little bit about yourself? Mr. Wright didn't really tell me much, as always. Ah, of course. Feel free to ask away. So, I hear you throw policemen. I hear you just passed the bar. That's right, and here's my shiny new badge to prove it. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, so you must be a bit younger than me. Heh. A bit more than you might think, in fact. I'm 2 years old. No, I'm only 18. 18? How in the world did you become a lawyer at that age? I skipped a few grades while I was an exchange student in Europe. And I got my license to practice law while I was over there. You know that doesn't transfer, right? Like, if you learn how to be a lawyer in Europe, you can't just go somewhere else and go, I'm also a lawyer over here. All I can say is, wow, she must be a genius. That's not how any of this works. I also studied analytical psychology. Thought it might help me be a better lawyer. Psychology helps her be a better lawyer? How exactly does that work? The only thing that you need in order to be a lawyer is the process of elimination. So, tell me about our client. What are they like? Oh, right, you haven't met him yet. Well... And that about sums it up. He's more worried about his daughter than himself. What a wonderful father. Wait, are you crying? I'm not crying. There was something in my eye. They're called tears. Moving right along, let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. Helping our client is priority number 1. So Athena, you mentioned studying psychology. That's right. I've always wanted to bring analytical psychology into the courtroom. The power of psychology will bring a breath of fresh air to the legal system. Really? So how do you plan on using it to defend our client? Well, for example, I can try to listen in on a witness's inner voice. And then analyze their psychological state with the help of my trusty partner, Widget. Widget? This device around my neck here. Say hi, Widget. Hi, Widget. It talks? Whoa, you need a volume knob. Anyway, the little guy will sometimes say what I'm feeling. Awkward. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. That, I seriously doubt. Games for Battle Royale, the process of elimination. Oh, I get it. Like a Battle Royale. The evidence fights each other until only one is left, and that's the right one. Oh, I almost forgot. I have something you might be interested in. I got it on my way here. Think it might have something to do with our case? A special edition covering our case. That was quick. Yes, it was. That's the whole point of special editions, isn't it? To be the first to get the scoop. Rapido. Right. Well, let's see what it says here. What's the deal with the Spanish? Ten Mataro, real or flight of fancy. An airborne figure resembling Ten Mataro was captured on camera around 3:40 p.m. near Nine Tails Vale. Ten Mataro was seen... What? He was seen flying through the sky. Yeah, somebody happened to snap that photo near Nine Tails Vale. I wonder who took the picture. Maybe we'll find out later. The article goes on to say it might be connected to our case. Apparently that photo was shot right after the murder occurred. Well, there were black feathers and strange tracks at the crime scene. I'm not surprised the locals think a yokai was involved. Wait a second. Yokai is in one of those Japanese monsters? Mein Gott! You don't actually think it was a supernatural murder, do you? No, of course not. No German? Why not plain old English? What did she say before? It was something Italian in the first case, right? Andale, Apollo! Let's get cracking on that crime scene already. Make it official. Yep, that's your attorney's badge, all right. It's dull, yeah, she was in Europe, therefore, she now has the character trait randomly inserts random language expressions into, and she slips back into her 17 native tongues. Its dull, grimy look makes me think of all the courtroom battles you faced so far. I hope mine will look like that someday. Look out, legal world. Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to go. Oh, Sykes like psychology. Got it. I just got that. Actually, I just haven't polished it lately. Maybe I should keep that to myself. Not into the later dreams about work just yet. Oops, that was the same thing again. She was in Europe, which means yeah, exactly. She went to Europe, and therefore obviously... I didn't even think of how silly that is. Right. I went abroad to Europe to study. I was everywhere in Europe. Automatically. For long enough that I not only learned the languages, but also reflexively revert to speaking them. Do you hear that? It sounds like a TV or something. Oh, look. So wait, in Japanese, was it, okay, the game takes place in Japan, she went to America, and then came back and now slips in random English phrases, because that would be adorable and very endearing. And they said we can't find a way to make that work, so we're going to make it Europe. We're going to make it all of Europe. We're going to make it every European country and language. There's a little TV in that room in the corner. That room? Okay. Oh goodness, she's speaking in hamburger. Yeah, right. Yeah, Serp lives in Austria, speaks German. And all other languages, I assume. The mysterious masked wrestler, the Amazing Ninetales, has been confirmed missing, according to sources close to the wrestler. It appears he disappeared sometime after the... He can't disappear today. Like... He hasn't been seen in the last 2 hours. Sources close to him have confirmed that he is missing. And he didn't just, like, go out to get a pizza. He also failed to appear at a match today. Oh, okay, I guess, fine. Where he was scheduled to defend his title. Local villagers say his disappearance may be connected with Tenmataro's recent escape. So that wrestler's gone missing. Well, okay. Hey, you two, you don't belong in here. What are you, even? Eek! Don't worry, there's nothing suspicious. What about them there horns of yours? They look mighty suspicious, if you ask me. Horns? That's my hair. Anyway, we're lawyers, and we're here to... Ah! You're them lawyers come to defend Mayor Tenma, ain't you? Should have reckoned with that expensive-looking bracelet you got there. Your name is Phineas Filch. I'm the caretaker here. Pleased to meet you. Same here. Wow, talk about a quick change of heart. So tell me, demon lawyer, bet you use them demonic horns of yours to scare the bejeebers out of witnesses, huh? Come here, you little horn demon, you. Ouch! These horns, my hair isn't meant to threaten anyone. It ain't? Seems it might... The guy named Filch just stole my bracelet? How unexpected. He went out to get a pizza 30 years ago and never came back. Seems like a mighty big waste of perfectly good horns, if you ask me. Then again, ain't none of my business, so... That was fast. I guess he's done with me. Well, I best get back to work. Hold it! Hold it! Halt! Stop right there! Huh? Me? Apollo, your bracelet's gone. Ah! Don't you worry, Mr. Lawyer, sir. I'll check the lost and found later. Somehow, I don't think that will be necessary. Just check your wrist right now. Ah! The cat's out of the bag! It was barely in the bag in the first place. That was a pretty pathetic attempt. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Just couldn't control myself. Please forgive me. I'm begging you. Sheesh. I almost feel sorry for him now. What should we do about him, Apollo? Well, I got my bracelet back, and he seems sorry enough. No harm done. I knew you'd understand, Mr. Lawyer, sir. You obviously got a big heart. As big as a wad of cash in your wallet, I hope. You leave my wallet out of this. Oh! Hey! Didn't you just finish apologizing for stealing from us? Run away, run away! Head for the hills! Get back here, you! Talk about a quick escape. Looks like he dropped a few things. Looks like a pair of diagrams. This one's of the crime scene, and and here's one of the foyer. He left his shoes behind, too. The guy's the living definition of a bumbling thief. Let's hang on to his shoes. We can give them back the next time we see him, or if we need them in court. As for the diagrams, I say we keep them. They look like something the police might draw. Wonder where the caretaker got them. No shoes? No shoes. Now then, as I recall, the fox chamber should be at the top of those stairs. How is the chalk outline drooping down off of the table? You draw those with chalk. Whoa! Where'd all these black feathers and weird tracks come from? The popular opinion seems to be that they're from Tenmataro. You mean the great evil has returned? Even if he did, I'd be laughed out of the courthouse trying to indict him. Hey, who are you and what are you doing here? This is a crime scene. Is it Gumshoe? It's not Gumshoe. And who are you? Are you with the police? So we know from the intro video that this is the murderer. I asked first, who are you and what are you doing here? On second thought, I'm placing you under arrest for disturbing a crime scene. Ack! Under arrest, but save it for the boys back at HQ. Now come quietly or else. I don't want to be late for lunch. Please wait, we're Mayor Tenma's lawyers. Well, why didn't you say so? You're the lawyers I heard about. Ha ha ha! I almost took you two in. You two sure were suspicious, though. I don't know how many more times I can take being called suspicious in one day. Sorry, we didn't catch your name. I didn't throw it. My name? I'm Bobby Fulbright. When the yeah, it's a good thing he didn't try to arrest us. You've been thrown probably out of the window. Or through the wall, if there's no window. The heroic detective who defends our good citizens from evil. The champion of justice who comes running whenever you're in need. And my catchphrase? It's in justice we trust. Oh boy, this guy's a story and a half. So, what can I do for you? So, would it be okay if we had a look around? Certainly. Wow, he just punched me. No unauthorized personnel allowed. Couldn't you make an exception? Cease and desist at once. You'll have to deal with my little friend here. Ack! Yikes, is he reaching for his... In justice we trust. It's just his badge. You may be Mayor Tenma's attorneys, but you still need authorization to cross a police line. Apollo, let's see if we can't change his mind. Good luck, let me know how it goes. Race as dense as heroes come. You're wasting your time and mine. Nobody's coming across this line without authorization. I'm a wall of justice, keeping injustice, that would be you, at bay. Yeah, where is Gumshoe when you need him? That's who I thought it was going to be. I knew it. Look, there's just us and you here, right? Are we going there? Just us and me, you say? That's right. Are you trying to say that Justice and I aren't enough to keep you out? What? No, silly, we're saying that you're an inspiration in our quest for justice. No, it can't be! You have him on the ropes now, Athena. If we were on the side of justice, would you let us through? But guarding the crime scene is an important part of justice, too. Sure, but only a bad guy would stand in the way of justice, right? Arg! Whose justice is the most just here? Well, we can't have a fair and just trial without a thorough investigation, so... Lady Justice, what would you have me do? I think we really got to him. Yeah, he seems pretty neurotic as far as champions of justice go. Our pleas for justice must have had a huge impact. It's tying him up in knots. Now's our chance to start looking around. After all that about authorized personnel only, this was surprisingly easy. Should I stop them or let them through? Whose justice is more just? Well, let's get to work. Investigation music is go. We're supposed to be finding clues related to the crime, right? Right. A search of the crime scene should turn up some evidence we can use at trial. Let's try viewing the crime scene from different angles. Wow. You never know what's hiding just around the corner, right? Sliding the screen moves the cursor and the camera, right? Or touch the arrows. If there's a particular spot you want to examine, just give it a tap. Okay, let's leave no stone unturned. Nous allons commencer. Let's get started. Okay, sure. This one's a spear, but what about this one? It looks like a giant pair of pliers. Looks like something a demon might use. Saw something like that in a manga once. Really? What are they used for? Oh, things like pinching through cheeks. Ew! Pulling out tongues. Stop! Stop! Oh, and you should see what they can do to a person's eyes. Okay, I get the idea. But I'm sure this thing is just a simple can opener or something like that. Demons eat canned food? I always wondered what they ate besides people. It's a fox with a knife. Foxin' with a knife in. Look, this statue only has one tail. Maybe it's the Nine-Tails Fox's sidekick. I bet the number of tails represents a yokai's power. So, if you had two, Apollo, I'd only have one? Wait, what? Not that it means you're better than me. Got it? Like I said, what? Okay. Let's look at the body. Let's look at where the body is not. So this is where Alderman Cuby's body was found. Apparently, the murder weapon, a spear, had Mayor Tenma's prints on it. I can prove it. I can prove anything, just by guessing. Apollo, that's not good. Never fear, Detective Fulbright is here. Yikes! Of course, I can't offer you any information on my investigation, because that's not how court works. What's discovery? In the name of justice, I must say goodbye. What was that all about? I don't know. Let's look at the chair. Bling! There's something wedged under this chair. Let's see if we can't lift it up and... freeze! Yikes! No disturbing crime scene evidence, even if you are the mayor's lawyers. He does have a point there. Hey, Detective Fulbright, did you hear about that attack over on Yokai Lane? I heard an elderly woman was assaulted by a strange yokai shaped like a roll of cloth. And you waited until now to tell me? I better get over there at once. In justice we trust. That was surprisingly easy. Okay, Apollo, now's our chance to look around some more. The more I get to know her, the scarier she gets. Hope she never finds my weakness. Whatever this is, it's stuck on tight. Looks like a large blood-stained cloth. The blood's probably the Alderman's, but it's pretty far from his body. I wonder how it got here. And why does this seem important? The Forbidden Chamber. They say the demon Tenma Taro was imprisoned in there before his escape. Think we could get this door open? It's worth a try. No good, it's shut tight. The body outline thing has literally never been used in real life and was invented solely for TV shows and the like. I never even considered, like, obviously I've never seen a crime scene where there's a body to see like a chalk outline, but yeah, is that is really something that you only see in movies and TV shows? It makes sense. Like, as soon as we had the ability to take pictures, there would be no reason to go, we need to move the body, but in order to remember where and how it was positioned, we're going to outline them in chalk. That's so weird. Who would have thought of that first, and then that caught on? I don't even see a keyhole. Seems pretty hopeless. In Just Us We Trust, you were gone. Yikes. Did I just hear the voice of someone in need? Allow me to fill you in. This door simply will not open. We've tried and tried, but it won't budge. It's an essential part of the culture found in this manor, so we can't blow it up either. So an unopenable door, right. According to Miss Jinxie Tenma, it was shut tight when she came across the crime scene. Thanks for the tip, Detective Fulbright. We didn't expect you to be so helpful. Arrgh! Forget I just said that. So, the Forbidden Chamber was shut tight at the time of the murder. Sounds like something I'd better keep in mind. But I can't look at the cloth? I can't look at the cloth. Or the seal. I think that's the seal that came off. Wow, this is a pricey looking chair. Dead bodies were invented solely for movies. In real life, when people die, they immediately turn into steam. No, they disappear into the life stream, naturally. Apparently, the mayor was found drugged and unconscious in it. Really? Yeah, and when he came to, he was arrested for murder. Talk about your rude awakenings. So he's the prime So he's the prime suspect in a crime he knows nothing about? That stinks. Oh, poor Mr. Tenma. He must be feeling so scared and confused. Apollo, it's up to us to save him. It's like she's on her own emotional roller coaster. Women, am I right? Oh, can't examine the long neck demon. Oh, they meant you can actually completely... So you need to use the arrows in order to rotate around. Okay. Can I look at the feathers? Feathers. No. Look at the exit. Look at the clock. Clock with no hands. Apollo, what words come to mind when you watch that pendulum in there? Unsteady and, restless? That's a direct representation of your current state of mind. That's how psychology works. Wait, that was some kind of psychological test? My diagnosis? This strange case has made you anxious, causing you to lose your cool. You're actually not that far off the mark. Hey, it's one of those things. Doesn't this Tanuki statue remind you of the manor's caretaker, Phineas Filch? This raccoon-looking thing? Yeah, it does look like him. Oh, I just got the best idea. We should knock it over. It might transform back into Mr. Filch. Mr. Filch is mischievous, but he's not magical, you know. What a way to waste a brilliant idea, Apollo. They did it after the body was taken away, but more for news photographers, not really for the investigation. It was so a picture... okay. And it contaminates the crime scene, so even for those purposes, it was frowned on. Interesting. I get, like, that actually does make sense, that you would... they're having this sparkle down here to make sure you don't miss it. That's the one that'll probably end the investigation. I'm gonna look at the window first. Hey, this window opens. And outside, we have ourselves a steep cliff. The window only opens about 6 inches, not wide enough for anyone to get in or out. Look, Apollo, there's something caught in the window frame. It looks like gold fur. What a pretty color. It must be from some kind of animal. Wonder what it's doing here. Did Alderman QB have a pet fox? Golden fur added to the Truth Bolt section of your handbook. We're doing it. Look, a cat with 2 tails. No such thing. Oh, and this lady has a really long neck. How funny is that? Oh, other cultures. You and your silly monsters. There's no way a creature could ever have like that could ever exist. She'd have a tough time swallowing. There's also no such things as giraffes, because they would have a hard time swallowing, too. Apollo, I bet you were one of those kids who didn't believe in Santa Claus. Athena, please use !hide if you're going to spoiler Santa Claus's existence. What's that got to do with anything? Very well. What are you? What do we have here? Looks like a statue of the 9-tailed fox and Tenmataro battling it out. Eek, careful, Apollo, it's got blood on it. Really? Hey, you're right. Wonder if it's the Alderman's blood. 11? Sounds about right. When... I think my parents actually told me, if I'm remembering that right, when I was around 9 or 10. Yeah, I think they just told me. Because I had a younger brother and sister, and I don't know, maybe they wanted me to, like, make sure that I continue to keep it a secret or something. How can you remain so calm after seeing all this blood? Well, this isn't the first time I've seen something like this, so... You're no fun at all. He's not fun at all because he wasn't grossed out by blood. At least act surprised or grossed out or something for my first case. I'm already a lawyer. You want me to be an actor too? Fox and Demon Statue. It depicts Tenmataro and the 9-tailed fox locked in battle. I was right, that ended the investigation. Although it also wouldn't have ended until I found the fox fur in the window. Guess that about wraps it up. Now, if only we could get that detective to tell us what he knows. Hey, Apollo, do you hear something? I don't hear anything. Oh, right. Your hearing must not be as sensitive as mine. What are you talking about? A whooshing sound, like wind rushing through a narrow strait. And the echo of someone's voice. In. In just us we trust. Ah! I thought he was in the room with us. Or does he keep leaving and coming back? Someone's got a sharp set of ears. That was the sound of my righteous voice reverberating through the air duct. I heard it through the air ducts? Yeah, check it out. But why would she hear you through there? Why don't we go to the diagram? As you can see, that vent is connected to an air duct that leads out into the hallway. The wind must have rushed through there, and carried my monologue with it straight to your ears. And what a unique monologue it was. I was just thinking, maybe the killer made their escape through that air duct or something. A cute theory, but I don't think so. The air duct in the hallway is low enough to climb into, that much is true, but as you can see, the vent in the ceiling is very high. 9 feet high, in fact. I highly doubt there's any way to get up there without a ladder or something. And I don't see anything of the sort in this room, do you? I guess you're right. Speaking of things in this room, yeah? Can you tell us what you guys turned up, Detective Fulbright? Not on my watch, buddy. In the name of justice, I cannot reveal facts pertaining to the prosecution's case. Again. That's the opposite of justice. Oh, come on, throw us a bone here. If we find some evidence of the crime, we can't tell you about it until the trial. We have to make sure that you're surprised and unable to defend your client. Excuse me, Detective Fulbright. I recall you saying earlier that you would come running whenever we were in need. Yerk! Are we Deponia now? We found a Yerk? I suppose I did say that. Helping those in need is what justice is all about, but keeping information out of enemy hands is also a form of justice. Yeah, I saw, what's his name? Legal Eagle on YouTube? Or did somebody else do it? Legal Eagle, I watched his thing. And he is pretty funny. Justice is the most just. Why is this always so hard? Yeah. He's done a bunch of different videos, too. Him watching, Liar Liar. The Liar Liar one is great. In fact, he's done more than one video on Liar Liar. His My Cousin Vinny video is really good. He did 2 on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I think. He's had a bunch of good videos. I like his. I like when he, goes over. What was the thing that I mentioned that I learned from his channel that I, somewhat embarrassingly didn't know? I didn't know until he pointed it out that an appeal doesn't mean that you do the trial again. I totally thought that's what it was. That you had a trial and someone goes, okay, guilty. And you go, well, okay, we can appeal. Meaning you just do another trial. That's totally not what an appeal is. An appeal is you have another court review the case that was already put through, and you claim that there was some problem with the process, that there was an objection that you made that was overruled, and it shouldn't have been, according to legal rules. And then you say, okay, well, because that was done incorrectly, proper court procedure wasn't followed. And that was, or, this should have been stricken from the record, or this should have been allowed in, but it was denied. Totally does not mean that you sit there and call the witnesses over again and get a second jury in there to make a decision again. And I never knew that. Let's do a little give and take. I mean, serving the public is part of justice too, right? Like the police motto. To serve and protect. I doubt leaking information to the defense falls under that motto. It's not leaking, it's discovery. Yes, of course, I must serve as well as protect. Okay, I will share some information. In the name of justice. We did it, Apollo. Yeah, we did it all right. I'm not sure that was entirely We're calling it unethical now that he's going to tell us this is the information that we have on what happened at the crime scene. All right, lay it on me. Hit me with them feathers. Those feathers and tracks look like something a yokai might leave behind. You don't actually think the murderer was some sort of monster, do you? What's the name of that creature in the Forbidden Chamber? Tenma something. Because from the black feathers and big tracks, it looks like that creature did it. Our prime suspect would no doubt love to pin the blame on some imaginary creature. Can Tenma whatchamacallit even be made a victim of slander? I doubt the mayor would do something as childish as blaming a boogeyman. So the most likely scenario so far is that Tenma guy left the feathers and tracks behind to make it look like Yokai Oh, okay, the other to make it look like Yokai Tenma was the killer. Wait, what? Now I'm as confused as you. At any rate, I doubt Mayor Tenma would plant evidence like that. So, Mayor Tenma is your only suspect? That's right. Even his name, Damien Tenma, makes him sound like a villain. And he's really scary looking too. Wait, you're telling me that's why he was arrested? Don't be ridiculous. He was the only one without an alibi. Oh, is that so? Yep. Other than the victim, the suspect, and Ms. Tenma, the only others around here were Mr. Filch and Mayor Tenma's aide, and the two of them were together at the time. Filch. The guy who tried to steal my bracelet. Just living up to his name, I guess. We should go talk to him again when we have a chance. What about Jinxie? She's not being suspected at all? She may have no alibi whatsoever, but she also has no motive. It's unfathomable that she would murder the alderman and pin the crime on her father. Besides, do you really think a little girl could lift up this huge spear? True enough, the spear looks even bigger than her. Was it Ms. Jinxie Tenma who first discovered the crime scene? That's right. This photo shows what she saw when she opened the door. Ms. Tenma had a key, allowing her immediate access. A key? So then, the Fox chamber was locked. Yes, and Ms. Tenma had the only key to its door. Say it in red. Repeat it in red. So, Alderman QB didn't have a key to the Fox chamber? Actually, he had a master key for most of the doors in the map, but it disappeared after his murder. Disappeared? You think the killer took it? It could very well be connected to the murder. We're looking into the possibility now. I love it. A locked room murder mystery. But it's the timing of Ms. Tenma's discovery that I think is the most important. Of course, I'm not going to share that information with you. Ha ha ha! You think you're some kind of champion of justice, but you're just plain old mean. I won't fall for that, you shameless rascal. I only help good little boys and girls. Shameless rascal? Who even says that? Well, I wouldn't exactly call you a good little girl, either. Crime photo added. That's about all I can reveal at this time. Well, I must admit Damien Tenma appears to be the most likely suspect. I admit it looks bad, but I'm still not buying it. Oh, and one more thing. I must warn you about the prosecutor. The prosecutor assigned to Mayor Tenma's trial? So we have not... I don't know who this is. I don't know who the, because who have we had, right? Game 1, there was Edgeworth. And then, Manfred von Karma for the final trial. Game 2 was, Franziska von Karma for the whole thing, I think. Is that right? Did Edgeworth come back? Edgeworth, I think, came back for the final trial there. And then in Game 3, it was Godot. And then in Apollo Justice, it was Clavier? Gavin? Yeah. Franziska. Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be any of them. I think this is going to be a brand new prosecutor we've never met before. That's the one. He's... How shall I put it? Not what you'd expect. That is, unless you've faced a convicted killer serving hard time as a prosecutor before. What? Wait. Is it Von Karma again? Is this some kind of joke? Can I ask why a man in prison for murder is serving as prosecutor? Can I, please? Because he's mastered the use of psychology in courtroom battles. Everyone's talking about how this murder was the work of some strange creature. But yokai are nothing more than a figment of the imagination. They're baloney! Who better to prove this than a master of psychology? He's the best man for the job. But he's a convicted murderer. No matter how you look at it, that's just insane. Oh, was he? He might have been. He might... I actually don't remember. I'm pretty sure they do carry out executions on the same day that you're found guilty in this universe. Well, the chief prosecutor personally assigned him, so none of us are in a position to question the matter. This really is the dark age of the law. This prosecutor, he wouldn't happen to go by the name Blackquill, would he? Bingo! Simon Blackquill. So you have heard of him. You could say that. In fact, you could say that he's my father. What's that supposed to mean? Well, I bet you don't know his unofficial title. Ever heard of the Twisted Samurai? That's Prosecutor Blackwell. The Twisted Samurai? Is that because he's a criminal? Well, yes and no. You could say it also has to do with the effect his crime had on things. How so? His conviction is what twisted and warped the Really? No kidding! Hold on, we're gonna learn some deep lore from this game. That they're aware of the nonsensical quality of their own legal system. And it's this one guy's fault. He doesn't have to spell it right, he's saying it out loud. Never fear, I myself will be there to protect you. It's reassuring, I guess. Well, you kids knock yourselves out. Can't wait to see how you do tomorrow. Wait, Detective Fulbright. I've been meaning to ask you something. Why are you barefoot? This doesn't look like the sort of place where you need to take your shoes off. Oh, Japan! Ah! I hadn't even noticed. Why am I barefoot? You honestly hadn't noticed until just now. Don't kink shame me. Wait a second. Those shoes we found earlier. Excuse me, Detective Fulbright. These wouldn't happen to be your shoes, would they? Yes, they are. My favorite pair, in fact. Thank you for bringing them to me. You must truly be on the side of justice. Don't tell me Mr. Filch actually stole from a detective? Stealing shoes right off someone's feet? That's pretty amazing. I find it more amazing that Detective Fulbright didn't notice. Well, looks like we've gotten all we can out of the detective, so let's see. Maybe we should go have a word with Mr. Filch. I want to hear what his alibi is. This is just awful. Terrible, I say. So I thought that finishing that up would finish the investigation and end the investigation so that we'd start the trial and we were going to like save and end there. It seems like there is going to be more investigation and interviewing going on. So this is where we will save and call it quits. I also need to remember to save more often. Okay. So, that's it for Phoenix Wright for today. We're going to return on Thursday, hopefully starting on time. Hopefully starting on time forever.